Miracles are one of my favorite things to talk about. We consider them to be real, some people, because they come wrapped in emotional or spiritual significance, right? They're often tied to our deeply held beliefs. People want them to be true so badly because miracles imply divine intervention, hope at the very least. They give us meaning in the midst of a chaotic world. And for many people, the idea of a miracle brings comfort, especially when dealing with loss, with illness, with uncertainty. And we all face these things. But miracles are not repeatable. They're not demonstrable. They're not scientifically provable. And those are big potholes for me. They rely on anecdotal evidence, personal testimony, faith, not on evidence. And by that standard, they're no more verifiable than gods, angels, demons, leprechauns, chupacabras. If we demand evidence for truth, then miracles just don't hold up. They're interpretations of events, not the actual events, if that makes sense. Someone recovers from a disease, let's say, unexpectedly, right? Well, according to science, that's called spontaneous remission. But religious people might call it a miracle. I'm sure they would call it a miracle. The same event, but different frameworks, right? So why the double standard? Well, because culturally, psychologically, people often grant a special exemption, if you will, to their religious beliefs. They don't apply the same critical thinking to those claims. They just don't. As they would say if there's a headline about Bigfoot, then all of a sudden they start thinking critically, that's goofy, right? Questioning miracles can feel like you're questioning someone's entire worldview. And that can be uncomfortable. It can feel threatening to people. And I understand that. But the bottom line is belief in miracles persists, not because they're demonstrably real, because they're not, but because they fulfill emotional needs, existential needs. But from a rational standpoint, I try to be as rational as possible. If something can't be tested, repeated, shown to be more likely than just random chance, we just shouldn't treat that as objectively real. We just shouldn't. And what's interesting, too, is that these so-called miraculous events happen to people who aren't religious. So what do they call them, right? Is this Jesus or God or whatever God you believe in shedding their light and their miracles on even non-believers? I mean, think about it. Hindus go into remission as well with their cancers, right? Buddhists, different views, Muslims. So whose God do we give the credit for the miracle? It's a very dicey subject when you get right down to it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because a cancer can go into remission for an atheist. They didn't pray to God. So God rewarded them anyway, but we're told by believers that you have to pray and ask for things. So it seems like a contradiction. Anyway, long video. Please share your thoughts below. I would really appreciate hearing from you on this subject. I think it's an important one and one we need to keep talking about.